Today I want to show you an easy way to make worm composting at home in your apartment. By using something like that, you will collect worm juice that you can make compost tea, and also worm casting that we call black gold. Black gold because it's loaded with nutrients. It's black, it looks like sand, and it's loaded with beneficial bacteria that you could put in your plants, in your seedlings. I've been doing that for many years using different kinds of vessels. I was doing that in a closet, so I was limited by the surface, so I was using a drum. But the main problem I had is the worms are only using the top of the surface of the vessel, so the bottom of the drum was kind of anaerobic. But the main problem that most of the people have is when you harvest the worm casting, you always have worms in it, and you want to leave the worms in your vessel so that they keep breeding. And when you do that, you want to store the worms, it takes ages to do it. I came up with a new system, a new setting that fits that pretty much instantly. So to do that, you need 2 totes. So here I use you could buy them outside recycling. I bought them. They are 17 gallons. Why 17 gallons? Because if it's too big, it doesn't fit in my closet. And you have to understand that at some point you need to lift that, and when it's full with dirt, it will be very heavy. And you need to do 3 modifications. The first modification you need to do is one of the lid. You're gonna cut it in half, like that. The second modification is you're gonna drill holes at the bottom of the first tote so that all the juices of decomposition will fall. So what I use to do that is a soldering iron. And the last modification, you just find a piece of plastic from an old container found in the street. Same thing, I use a soldering iron to drill holes. I fix it in the middle with zip ties, and that's it. At the bottom, you need to do, like I mentioned in a previous video about making bokashi, you need to put something. It could be a piece, 4 pieces of PVC pipe. Here's a plastic container of ice cream. Without that, if you want to leave the first tote, once that thing will be filled with dirt, you won't be able to lift it. So it's why you need something to put at the bottom. So here in this video, I'm just going to show you the why. How does it work? I'm not showing you the how to feed the worms, all of that. I will make a video for that. I just got my worms yesterday by mail, so I gave them some food and we're gonna put them inside. So the first thing you can do, it's optional, you don't have to do it. You could put biochar at the bottom. So biochar is fantastic. I will make a video at some point. It's like charcoal, and it's able to store, to absorb 5 times its volume. So all the juice, the compost juice will be stored in a biochar, and you can put that in your plants, in your pots, spread it in your garden. It's fantastic. If you have access to biochar, it's great, but it's optional. So then you put the second tote. At the bottom of it, you're gonna put some wet cardboard. That would be the bedding. Oops, like that. Just 1 or 2 pieces, you don't need to put too much. Up. On top of it, you're gonna put dirt. So the best is to find local dirt. What grows together goes together. It's not great to use dirt come from far away because you always want to work with local microorganisms. You don't want to have invasive microorganisms or invasive species. So that one comes from an old pile of mulch, partly decomposed with mycelium already, so it's great. So you need to put some dirt in it. Not too much. If you have access, it's not necessary at that point, but if you have access to manure, it's great. But if you use manure, you need to use manure that you make sure there's no vermifuge in it, otherwise it will kill your worms, but manure is optional. And then you put your worms on it. So I got them yesterday. I bought 250 worms. Those are red wigglers. You don't want the big ones. Those are bad, and I will explain to you why in a different videos. They're somewhere. They're already deep inside, but they're here. Yeah, one of those guys. So they will breed in a couple of weeks. So I put them here. And on top of it, you need a piece of cardboard, or what I found to work better is to use burlap. So what I do, the burlap is somewhere, it's here. Oops, it's wet. Up, I put burlap on top of it, and that's it. So when you have that, you close it, and every day you're gonna feed your worms, or not every day, but I will make a video about the feedings. So you keep feeding them, and every day you spray them with water, because worms need moisture constantly. When you see that that side is pretty full, you do the same thing the other way. You open that side, you do exactly the same process, cardboard, dirt, and then you start putting food waste here. Worms are not stupid. If the food is here, they will start migrating from here to here, and every day you start spraying water here, and you stop watering here. So most of your worms will migrate slowly to here, and when that section is ready to harvest the worm casting, it's easy to spot. It looks like sand, like mini gravels. When you want to harvest that, worms hate light, so you just have to remove the lid. So they will all move towards here, and to help the harvest, every time you scoop to get the worm casting, take a light, you put the light, they will run away, they go very fast, and I guarantee all the worm casting you will get will have 0 worms. And that's a great way, very easy to make worm casting, worm juice at home. Et voilà!